What up, bros? I'm Frank. I'm here to review this thing. It's a dart bow. It's a clip-fed, spring-powered bow thing. Woo! Isn't that fun? Let's get into the review. Before I unbox this, I want to point out this kid. Look at this guy. He's the most intense Nerf model I've ever seen. Whoever he's attacking is gonna get wrecked. This dude is about to slay a ton of zombies. Look at that. Intense action face. That dude's slaying zombies hardcore. Back to the unboxing. Included is the blaster bow thing, as well as some darts and the instructions. Now I'll go over the externals in a bit more detail, starting up at the front. This is a clip-fed blaster. Yes, this is a clip, not a magazine. There is a difference. Google that stuff, bro beans. But to load the 8-shot clip, you can just front load like that. The included darts are not Nerf darts because this is not a Nerf blaster, but it is compatible with Nerf Elite darts. This dart design is pretty cool, and the tactical black blends in with, black backgrounds. Loading's pretty easy, and again, this thing holds 8 darts. This guy is not detachable from the blaster. It is integrated into the blaster, so if I wanted to remove this, too bad. Moving back, here's the grip thing, like offset, which is kind of odd for a bow, but you can grab it like this. My thumb gets caught up in here, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, this dude has massive hands. And indeed, I have massive hands, but I have thin hands. So when my hand gets cramped up in here due to its width, it's not because I'm an adult. It's because this clearance is just small. So I think that's a little uncomfortable. Moving up and down at the same time, because symmetry, these are the bow arms. These are not bow arms like that flex, and it's not a compound bow that these things do anything. This is just an elastic string just for the lels. You could totally cut both of these things and the thing would still work. And of course, that's because there's a spring internally that's just powering the whole thing. This stuff is just magical nonsense, not actually doing anything, but it looks pretty cool, I suppose. Getting back to the priming handle, to prime, you just pull back on this anchor looking thing here. You do that, and then there's no trigger because it's a bow. It's a pull and release. Like that. The stroke is pretty smooth. It's very short and it's kind of odd feeling. It doesn't really feel like a bow unless you're like really small. And again, the bow arms don't flex because it's not functional. So you just do this a bunch and that fires. It fires all 8 darts in a row and the clip moves upward like that, and then you're out, and then you have to reload and push the thing back down. Pretty simple to use and kind of odd because it's a clip fed, like somewhat modern technology, but a bow. So yeah. So firing this blaster is a little bit weird, but that's kind of inherent with the bow nature. I prefer guns and triggers, but that's just me. But shooting, it's entertaining and unique and fun. And then I put it up on the chronograph and it's shooting about 75 feet per second, which is a little bit above the Elite average right now of around 70 feet per second. So faster is generally better, so that's nice. Getting to my overall, very subjective personal opinion on this blaster, honestly, I just don't like bows, so I can't really recommend this one. I won't use bows because I prefer triggers. If I wanted to not have a trigger, I'd go slam fire, but I'm not gonna go all the way to bow because I don't reject modern technology for irrational reasons. However, if you're really into bows, or if you have like a bow set game that everybody has to have a bow because triggers are, I don't even know why you ban triggers, that's just silly. But this one would be kind of funny because you have a clip system integrated into a bow, which is kind of like a contradiction, because you're like, hey, I reject future tech like triggers, but I use clip systems. Logic. I didn't have any jams or malfunctions, and it works surprisingly smoothly for being an off-brand kind of nonsense blaster, which, was a pleasant surprise. With an 8 dart capacity and a rate of fire that's, average, this blaster is very large, so if you wanted the same performance out of a strong arm or something similar to that, you can get a much smaller package with the same or better performance. But that's just the performance mindset if you're just into weird plinker guns, which if you're interested in a bow, you have to be because it's clearly not a performance-based blaster. It's kind of a mixed opinion, I suppose. But yeah, a silly little blaster. It was fun to shoot, but I just can't recommend it for like Nerf wars. But yeah, hopefully I've given you everything you need to know whether or not you would like to purchase the blaster. If you're interested in buying one, I will put a buy link in the description box below. That concludes my review. I'm Frank. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay tactical.